You're about to witness one of the fastest sports in the world, with a ball traveling at speeds close to 200 miles per hour.
Sacrifice. Fearless. Passion. You have to be a little crazy. The ball's moving up to 200 miles an hour. I'm trying to push it to 3.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Bear sitting here with Fabio Soto. Fabio, you ready for this great matchup here today?
Well, we're very happy with this matchup, Dean. Thank you very much. And we're excited to be here again in sunny Fullerton, California, 2019 Los Compadres Auto Sales IRT Championships, where Rocky Carson, the #1 seeded player on the tour, versus Alejandro Landa. We're expecting this matchup, Dean. No surprise here to see Landa in the final. He made the final last week in Arizona, but Rocky Carson, the local favorite, here to prove his dominance.
Absolutely. So let's talk real quick about how they got here. Let's start with Rocky Carson. Round of 16s. Who did he take out?
So he played Sebastian Fernandez. You know, Rocky just showed real dominance there. He didn't give any game to Sebastian Fernandez, but in the next round he faced Daniel De La Rosa, which was really an exciting match to see. You know, he took him out in 2, but De La Rosa fought. It was an exciting match because in the first game, De La Rosa was up 4-0. Then Rocky came and did 11-4. Then Daniel tied him. He lost the first game, Daniel. Rocky took him out a little more softly in the second one. And Rocky facing Andre Parrilla in the semifinals yesterday night. That was a pretty shutout game for Rocky Carson. He just let Andre do 10 points total combined.
Yeah, you know, I expected a little more fight and a little more game plan out of Andre Parrilla yesterday. However, like we talked about all weekend, Rocky Carson, close to home, sleeping in his own bed. He's here with his coach and family. Made a big difference in his play. Let's shift over to Alex Landa.
Okay, so Alex Landa played Carlos Keller, who was an exciting player. You know, he qualified here. Carlos Keller is the Bolivian national that has been playing the tour full-time this season. So he took him out easily in this game. And the other game was exciting as well, as Sebastian Franco. A little bit of a shutout there, but it was an exciting match. But the match, I think, of the tournament so far versus Alvaro Beltran yesterday in the semifinals, Alvaro getting 3 technicals in the match is something is not really much, you know, common here.
It's not Alvaro-like.
It's not Alvaro like, because Alvaro is such a sportsman, such a good guy. But he got 3 technicals versus Landa. He was hanging on a thread not to get disqualified, and he gave us one of the best exciting matches. You know, Alvaro always playing for the crowd. He won the crowd over, but Landa won the match, so Landa's here in the final.
Yeah, one of those plays was like ESPN-like, I'm sure, when Alvaro had that shot between his legs. But let's talk about these 2 players here today. So Rocky Carson, Alex Landa, they've only played 12 times. Carson leads the series 8-4, while 7 of the 12 were actually semifinals. Never have these 2 ever met at a Tier 1 finals. So that's a very interesting fact. The last time they played was the semifinals in Atlanta, and we know Rocky Carson not only won the semifinals, but he also beat up Andre Parrilla in the finals there as well. He won in 2 games. Once they went to a tiebreaker, all the times they played out of 12, 2 games straight. So that should be an interesting fact to see here today. Will we go into a tiebreaker? Both players, they're very hungry for a Tier 1 victory, especially Alex Landa. He wants one this season. Rocky Carson has it. So do you believe that all the times they played that they've never played in an actual finals?
Well, listen, I only cannot believe it because they're such good players. But the other thing that I can't believe, you know, here they both are, and Rocky, again, the hometown favorite. I mean, Rocky is the favorite to win this match, but he feels no pressure. Like you said, he slept in his bed. He's at home. He's more comfortable. Plus, he has an edge. Coach Fran Davis is here.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, after watching Alex Landa this whole weekend, he is playing some intense focused ball. So let's see what happens here today. And for Alex Landa, topping Rocky Carson today would really solidify him in a position to not only stay in third place, because I don't think the rankings would change after this event, but it would position him for the last tournament of the season coming up in Portland to maybe move into the second place. And that's a big help, moving from third to second here on the on tour. The gap between these two are about 300 points. And Landa, back-to-back finals, these last two events. So those are a couple of interesting factors that will position Alex Landa to be more successful on tour. Whoever wins this match, like I said before, would be in a great position leading into our final appearance of the first half of the season before we start second half coming up. Fabio, this should be a real good one. Your prediction?
I think Landa will take this one in 3 sets.
Well, I'm going to say it's an 11-10 tiebreaker, but you're going to have to tune in to see who wins. So for Fabio and Dean Baer here, the IRT, we're going to go right to the booth. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the start of this fantastic match right here on IRT Live. Ladies and gentlemen, to the International Racquetball Tour Finals Sunday afternoon here in California. I am Dean Baer, and in the booth with me today is the fantastic Fabio Soto. Fabio, we just had a really good pre-warm-up. It's like our warm-up here, and boom, now we're ready to go.
We are ready to rock here, Dean, with Alejandro Landa getting the first side out of the game versus Rocky Carson, the local hero, the local favorite. Racquetball's Iron Man, ready to rock.
He is Racquetball's Iron Man. That is the name, but Landa is... we need a better name for Alex Landa. I mean, I know that we compare him all the time to Rafael Nadal because he's just, he's got that presence and the look, but he's a Mexican national champ currently, correct, Fabio?
He is the current Mexican national champion in singles.
That looked like a skip to me right here in the back of the court, but I guess not.
So 0-0 on the headpin scoreboard. Rocky Carson looking to score the first and draw first blood here. Carson.
Look at the crowd right there. You can see in that front camera shot right there, you can see we have our referee. I actually can see you in that video there, Fabio.
Well, we got to be the
poor fans, they get to see Fabio Soto.
It's packed here.
I want to give a special thank you to Brian Pineda for fantastically helping us all weekend, yesterday and Friday. We really needed the help, so that was really good. It was nice to have him in there, huh, Fabio?
It's really nice to have Brian, so knowledgeable, such a good guy, and we've missed him on the mic for a little while. Very glad to have Brian Pineda here. Now Rocky Carson, 1-0 on the headpin scoreboard. Landa shoots it, as he was. Oh, a little setup right there for Landa on the back wall. Carson
good pickup.
Keeping it alive. Cross court there.
I don't know, Fabio. Is it me, or does the ball just seem to be hitting extremely harder here in the finals? Just sounds harder, huh?
It sounds harder. I mean, obviously we know that both of these men have power. They have a lot of ability here, and don't be surprised if we see a lot of those change-ups as well, because it might want to mix it up.
Well, we talk a lot about Alex Landa. One of the things here, we didn't do 3 keys to the matchup here, But and any Rocky Carson match, one of the keys to the matchup is Rocky going to lose his composure and lose his cool and lose points by arguing with the referee or disagreeing with a call instead of using his appeals? That's got to be one of them, as always. And anytime we have an Alex Landa match, we always talk about, what start, who's coming out of the box, what Alex Landa is coming out of the box. Great pickup right there by Alex Landa, and Rocky skips that one in. He wasn't happy about that Landa get. I think he thinks it was 2 bounces. It might have been. Again, he's got Coach Fran Davis. He's got his sparring partner, Don, in the crowd. His wife's in. He's got people in the crowd, Fabio, so he's looking to get those that type of information.
Well, just to remind everybody watching, now that you mention it, these players have 2 appeals per game. If they lose an appeal, they have 1 remaining. If they lose both, they cannot appeal any longer unless if it's a game point. Other than that, they cannot appeal. So they have opportunities here. They have to do great game management. Landa from the back.
What a pickup from Rocky Carson.
Landa just
flat
the ball.
rollout. We got our first flatty of the morning.
Wow.
The crowd likes it, Fabio.
They really like it, and it's a good exhibition. Such a good rally so far. So 1 serving 2 in the head pin scoreboard. Alejandro Landa looking to tie up Carson. Expected really powerful drive serve by Landa. Not a good serve there. Easy pickup for Carson, who gets a setup. Landa wants to shoot down and get splinters. Now Landa gives up the serve to Rocky Carson.
Want to welcome everybody into the chat box. Please like our post, share our feed. I'm sure there's plenty of people from Juarez, Mexico, isn't it? That's very close to where Alex Landa plays, right, Fabio?
Yes.
Beautiful down the line. Carson not happy with that shot.
So he is a native of Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. He currently lives in El Paso, Texas.
And Rocky Carson hails from Ladero Ranch, California. So interesting fact, Alex Landa is 117 wins, 65 losses, and Rocky, like we always say, 575 wins, 227 losses. Both players north of 30 years old. Actually, Rocky's north of 40. So, they play all these kids on tour, these up-and-comings, but look who's at the finals here today, Fabio, the 2 Iron Men.
And that they are. So physically fit, so ready, so prepared. Rocky. Landa through cross-court their action. Going to get a setup from Rocky from the back. Landa.
Wow, reverse pinch flatty, our second one.
Wow. Great work there by Landa to work Rocky. He worked for that point. He set himself up. Work with the serve, work with the setup. Very patient by Landa there to get that side out.
You see what Landa does, Fabio, is he doesn't take too much time in between his serves. He likes to get in there and do his business. Big pickup, big setup for Landa. Rocky's right there. Oh, Rocky missed a huge opportunity, but is he making up for it? No. Oh, hit him. Replay.
That's a replay. He
Hashtag
hit Rocky.
just a replay. The International Racquetball Tour would like to thank all the players that participate in any one of our sanctioned events. The tour would also like to thank the millions of fans watching at home and those who are lucky enough to be in our front row here. Special thanks to Victor Rodriguez, George Barrera, and Juan Diaz, and all the employees here at the Meridian Sports Club. Screen serve, second serve, coming up for Alex Landa.
And Rocky Carson has been all business this weekend, Dean. You said it right now, and that's what he said. You know what? I just want to take care of things. He's been truly focused on this championship because he hasn't been playing doubles. He's just been playing singles. Landa's been playing doubles.
Yeah, Landa had a cup of coffee in doubles because they lost in the first round. Right? That was to Keller and Moscoso?
Yeah, but Landa completely focused here now. So now we have a tied match. 2 serving 2 on the head pen scoreboard.
Speaking of head pen, not only the scoreboard sponsor of the IRT, they're not just the official ball of the IRT, WOR, USANR, Head Pen is the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online today, www.head.com/racquetball. Landa shoots from the back. Rocky, easy tap to the front of the court to get himself back in the box.
See, that's Carson using the front court, using his position. He saw Landa was all the way to the right, and he very calmly, smoothly put that ball down. Now Carson with the serve. Seesaw right there for Landa. Wow, Landa. You can place that. Rocky picked it up. Landa once more.
Wow, Landa's really shooting. But Fabio, we say it all the time. Landa's a shooter, no doubt about it. He's not really a ceiling ball type player. He's definitely shooting, and he's hitting. So a lot of times early in the match, he'll shoot, but he misses. And that's not going to fare well for Rocky Carson.
No, he's been on point up until now. Landa on point once more, getting point number 3. Now, getting the lead for the first time. So 3 serving 2 in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa to the serve again.
Once again, I want to welcome everybody in the chat box. Please like our post and share our feed. Subscribe. Let everybody in Mexico know, Fabio.
A todos los presentes que están viendo y sintonizando a ver a Alejandro Landa contra Rocky Carson, por favor, denle like a nuestro post, compartan nuestra liga y suscríbanse a nuestro canal de YouTube, @Racquetball
Fabio, most of these pages on most of these athletes, I should say, have personal, athlete pages on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that. Please look them up at Alex Landa, at Rocky Carson, on all these social medias, and you need to follow them as well. We really have to start giving them a shout out and get their followers going as well as ours. So if you're following the tour, you need to follow these athletes.
They're very active in social media. They engage a lot with their fans.
Alex was asking if it was a screen. It was close, but I think that's a really good call because it was in the side paint.
So Rocky Carson might want to take a look at what happened yesterday to Alvaro Beltran for shooting that ball to the side of the referee. Alvaro got a technical. Rocky Carson, better be careful. He might get one himself.
So do you believe it? Rocky Carson's been playing on 25 seasons on tour.
That is unheard of.
So his tour debut was in 1995.
A true Ironman. A true Ironman.
Yeah, well, Landa's no slouch. He's been playing on 17 seasons. There you go, Fabio. Bottom board, misses, point Carson.
So Rocky Carson getting point number 3. Looking to tie up right now, Landa. Rocky Carson to serve. He's in the box. Patiently looking. Carson putting it up. Landa gonna get a setup. Gonna shoot. Carson.
Good pickup off the back wall. Carson Landa shoots down the line for a winner.
Wow. Down the line, Alejandro Landa. Rocky Carson again hitting that ball after the rally towards the referee. Might want to be careful.
These players should not hit the ball, period, after the rally.
It's a matter of safety.
Honest.
It's a matter of safety, Dean.
Yeah, not only safety, but they're supposed to be professional athletes, and you know what? They
Ace
need to start
serve by
need to start acting like one.
Ace serve by Alejandro Landa right there to make it 5-3 now on the headpan scoreboard. This match has been living up to its hype, Dean. Great players, great powerhouses. We never expected a shutout in any way.
None whatsoever.
Both have been playing to a T at their best. That's why they're here. Landa.
Set up off the back wall. No, he has to go up top. Hits the Los Compadres sign.
Right there, these players trading jabs, but Carson's going to hit from the back.
Well, I would have liked to seen Rocky attack that ball off the front wall, Fabio.
Another exchange here, ceiling shots, trading jabs, trading blows here. Landa,
shooting bottom board.
like you said, he's a shooter, but he missed. Landa's better be careful too not to hit that ball that was really close to Carson. Now, if I know referee Scott McClellan, he'll give Landa a warning if he does that again.
I think both players should be spoken to, sent to the principal's office, and maybe the penalty box.
Maybe the penalty box team, but this is not hockey. Though there should be a penalty box.
They need 2 minutes of feeling shame.
Carson down the line.
Beautiful shot down the line.
Great shot right there from Carson to get point number 4. Only trailing by 1 here with Landa. Carson, C-serve again. And the shooting, Carson gets a set up to Landa. Wow, cross court, great cross court side out shot there by Alejandro Landa.
So this just in from one of our inside industry partners, Mr. Jonathan Clay. He's probably posting it in the chat box now, but there's a special code for wearrollout.com. Go Rocky for 20% off your entire order on wearrollout.com during this match.
So referee calls for a replay. So Rocky wants the avoidable.
Let's take a quick look, Fabio.
So the referee is calling for a replay.
And
there was an appeal by Rocky Carson. Carson wins the appeal. Both sideline judges overrule the referee, and now Rocky Carson.
Yeah, you can clearly see the ball went kind of between Landa's legs there. That's a really good use of the appeal. No need to get angry,
It's called game management, Dean. That's what Rocky Carson's doing. Obviously, Coach Fran Davis is teaching him. Now Rocky ties it up at 5 apiece in the headpan scoreboard right here. Great game management by Rocky Carson.
So once again, promotion code GOROCKY for 20% off your entire order at wearrollout.com. Get those orders in now. Beautiful bottom board there for Alex Landa.
And I've said it before, Dean, Rollout has the best apparel in racquetball, and they have great designs, great shirts. I love their shirts. And that now they're getting to the winter season, probably a hoodie would be good. Shout out to Jonathan Clay at wearrollout.com. Landa. Short serve. Second opportunity here for the Ciudad Juarez native. High lob Z. Rocky, of course, overhead. Ceiling shot. Rocky's not going to shoot. He's going to wait for Landa. Oh, great ceiling shot there by Carson. Gets a wallpaper, and he's going to shoot. Wow.
Bottom board, kill shot, Rocky Carson. There was his own rollout. He must have heard that promotion code. Yeah. Go Rocky, and there it was.
Well, it's not only that. Rocky's the main guy for wearrollout.com. He's their poster boy.
He's their dude.
Landa.
Around the world, Carson, nice reset, just goes up. Nothing for Landa to do with that. Rocky's going to shoot this from 36 feet. Landa's there. Down the line, pick up by Landa. And Rocky skips it in. He's going to appeal that. That's going to be a bad appeal because he got that ball.
Is he going to appeal? He's looking at his coach.
Let's take a quick look. Fabio, let's see that replay
Let's see that replay right here.
I thought Landa got it. No, here's the one right here. Yeah, he got that ball.
He picked it up. That's what we see in the replay.
I thought he was appealing right away, and it was going to be a really bad appeal for him.
He got it, so good game management there by Coach Fran Davis with Rocky Carson.
I want to say hi to Fernando Batista's watching online from Red Roo headquarters.
Wow. Shot Carson. Side out there.
He'll be watching Alvaro Beltran right after this match.
Perfect.
Want to remind everybody after this match, stay tuned on IRT Live. Beltran, De La Rosa, Moscoso, and Keller.
So the Mexican team versus the Bolivian team. Wow, that's a treat for us. All around.
Good pick up there by Landa. Set up off the back wall for Carson. Splats it right in for a beautiful point, Rocky Carson.
So Rocky taking his time. See, that's what I like about Carson. He's managing his game very well. He's been patient. He's retaking the lead here by 1. And he's working Landa. He's working it. There you go, Landa. Going to give Rocky a setup. course, shooting. Rocky, great cross
Beautiful cross court. Like Brian Pineda was saying yesterday, it was a great point. It's a great takeaway for me being able to work with someone like Brian Pineda is Rocky was really using the angle of the wall and the courts there yesterday, and he's doing it again today. Not a good shot there by Landa.
Skip shot there.
Skipped it in by Alex Landa.
Landa giving up another point there. 8-5 in the headpin
it's almost
scoreboard.
timeout time for Alex Landa. Things are not really
working in his favor.
Yeah, they're not.
Landa might want to consider taking a timeout soon. Carson. Liking that Caesar from Carson.
Good put down there by Landa. Set up off the back wall. Just barely makes it to the front wall.
Wow, Carson.
But a great kill shot from Rocky Carson. Timeout has to be coming from Alex Landa.
Soon.
The longer he waits, you know, the worse it's going to be for him. But I want to say, you know, again, we talked about Brian Pineda yesterday. We've got to have a huge shout-out to our intern. He's back at home today, J.P. Edwards. He gives us a lot of the stats, a lot of the data. Honestly, he really makes my job a lot easier, Fabio. And, you know, we always got to say thank you to
Well, he doesn't make your job easier. He makes our jobs easier. So
there's the timeout. There's the timeout. We're going to stay right here. Once again, did you know WearRollout.com is the official apparel sponsor of the IRT? Rollout offers a complete line of IRT and other lifestyle racquetball clothing. Not only is Rollout the #1 clothing company in our industry, but they also produce custom racquetball shirts for tournaments, teams, and other clients across the country, retail or custom. WearRollout.com is the go-to source for racquetball clothing worldwide. Shop WearRollout.com today. Support the official apparel sponsor of the IRT. And if you want to get 20% off, use promotion code GOROCKY. Fabio, we also need to thank some of the local sponsors here at this particular tournament. Los Compadres, Odell Complete, but here's a really good one. Daum and the Lara team. They hosted a player, actually it was more than a player party. It was a player party for anyone who was in the tournament, similar to like Bolivia. Beautiful house, beautiful refreshments, beautiful food.
I love how you say refreshments.
Yeah.
I love how you put it so quaint.
Well, there was refreshments. We were refreshed.
We were refreshed.
We were not parched at all.
A little hungover this morning, but we were refreshed last night.
Anyway,
yes.
let's move on here. Rocky Carson back in the service box. Time is in, 10 serving 5. Changed up the serve there. Good timeout for Alex Landa with he buries one down the line.
Listen, I think Landa just refocused, regrouped, regathered, and saying how he has to play this because he has to keep it simple. Very, very simple. He was playing very nicely at the beginning. He lost control of the match, and he's down by 5. Landa to the serve.
Footfall.
Oh, it's a footfall right there. Wow.
The International Racquetball Tour would like to give a special thanks to Gearbox for being one of our inside industry partners. Check out all the latest and innovative equipment from Gearbox. Gearbox supports not only the sport of racquetball, but many athletes as well. Check them out online today, www.gearboxsports.com.
Wow. Let's see the foot fault there.
Let's
in
take
the
a
replay.
quick look and see. I'm not too sure. We don't have a really good angle, but this camera should really show it.
Yeah, that was a clear foot fault right there. Referee Scott McClellan with eagle eyes. Landa with a sniper vision.
Want to
shot
say
right
a huge congratulations to Ronald Briggs, who is in the chat box. Ronald Briggs won the car yesterday, and he's in the chat box saying he's going to be driving that car home tomorrow. Let me know what time to meet you, Ronald, because I want to go for a ride. It's really nice. Great serve by Landa, but a good pickup from Carson.
Landa, not a good hit. Giving all the court to Rocky Carson. All the court.
Great pass. Landa is in front of that dotted line, Fabio.
He is.
Anytime your opponent is in front of that dotted line, it's an easy pass.
Wide angle pass right there. And yeah, I want to congratulate Mr. Briggs. He won the BMW Z3 that Los Compadres Auto Sales gave up as a sponsorship.
Good pickup there from Carson. Carson's just going to let Landa shoot. Good pickup off the back wall from Carson. Good pickup there from Carson.
Best
I'm
rally of
tired
the match
just
so
watching this rally, Fabio.
Best rally of the match so far, and it's not over yet. Landa.
And Carson. And Landa. Easy setup here.
Oh.
Landa misses the easiest one of them all there today, Fabio.
Listen.
Listen to that crowd right there. Look at them all in there. Oh, Fabio, I can see you on the screen. There you are. Why don't you give a wave to everybody?
The most difficult shots right there in racquetball. Landa could pull them off. The easiest one.
That was such a great rally. The fans really liked it.
Carson. It's a setup for Landa. Landa destroying the ball right there. Landa, short serve.
Want to say hi to Tanya Southwood. Tanya's in the box watching. Please like our post, share our feed, ladies and gentlemen. Right down the line, Rocky Carson, another great shot from Carson.
So 11 serving 5.
11-5.
11 sirviendo 5.
Se viene 5.
So
What
got
a
it.
pickup.
Landa's probably going to peel that get. I don't know if he should. Landa
Doesn't have to.
doesn't have to. Like a sniper.
Front wall, side wall, kill shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick look. I don't know if it's a clip. Let's see if we got it
Let's
there.
get the replay right here. Let's see if
Rocky,
Landa picked it up.
2 bounce get.
Oh.
2 bounce get. I saw it hit the floor. So we talked about our private sponsors here, our corporate inside industry sponsors. We have Head Pen, we have Gearbox, we have Wear Rollout. We always talk about MLG Holdings and Freight Management Logistics, 2 of our owners of our tour. They're always donating their resources. But some of the things we also have to mention, Fabio, is our nonprofit organizations. We support a few of them. One is the Live Like John Foundation, and we'll be talking a lot about that at our next tournament because it's their tournament. And then the others is Rafa House, Mr. Sal Perconte, Sal and Dee Perconte, what they do down there, and Reaching Your Dreams Foundation, how they support a lot of these young athletes with needed resources on and off the court. Without their support of these young athletes would not be at these events. So we have to give a special thanks to all of our partners here today. In our finals. If you're out there, please check all those websites and visit all of our partners. Back to the action. Center court, Landa serving. Bad time for a kill shot, Fabio, on the serve. Never works well.
Doesn't work well. Landa, the second opportunity here. Carson going for the ceiling. Landa shoots. Wow. Point Landa. Finally.
You know, about time. I was just saying the same thing. You said it. I was thinking it's about time Landa got a point. Well, he needs him.
Just remember that a timeout was taken at 10 serving 5, and the timeout's been for a few minutes. If they've only scored,
it's been about 20 minutes already.
So there's only 2 points have been scored since that timeout. One apiece.
Surprised.
So they're taking their poise. They're taking their time. I know Coach Fran Davis is taking a cup of coffee here. Landa like a sniper again.
Great shot. Running back, shooting to the corner for another winner.
Listen, that left corner right there has been Landa's throughout this game. He has been shooting there as his favorite target. He hasn't been shooting for the right one, too. Landa, good serve right there. Carson with the setup. Landa, gonna shoot. Oh, with an easy shot for
Yeah.
Landa, missing. Wow, that's
You
just
know,
an unnecessary, unforced error right
Fabio,
there.
that's something that we really got to bring up here. Landa's making a lot of the really difficult shots, but some of these easy ones he's just not making.
Oh, that's a replay right there called by the
Landa
referee.
is walking up.
He's selling it. He's
instantly.
trying to sell it.
Yeah, like Brian Pineda said, sell it, sell it. Scott's not buying.
Well,
Landa.
Whatever Landa was selling, Scott didn't buy.
You know, the serve kind of came off the wall, and that ball was clearly going into the side wall first, and that's not hashtag. That is hashtag just a replay. It's not a penalty. I like the aggressiveness in Rocky Carson's serve here
switched it
in
up.
game one. Carson, second serve. Set up off the back wall into the corner. Oh.
I like the aggression, like
Both-
you said, but
Both players might need new rackets after that little swat.
I love the aggression, as you say, but I like more when Rocky does that Caesar because I feel he has so many more weapons. He can switch it up with an angle, with the speed, with the height, and confuse Landa.
100% agree. Landa, drive serve. Into the corner, off the back wall. Carson is right there. What
Wow.
a beautiful splat rollout by Alex Landa once again. Like we talked about, Fabio, he starts to go bottom board. As you can see here, here's a really good serve, good angle, but the ball comes flying off the back wall. And Landa's right there. Rocky couldn't even get that on 3 bounces.
With a motorcycle.
Yep, we have not had any towel timeouts. We need to also special thanks to our towel sponsor. And more importantly, you want to sponsor the IRT, give me an email, dean@irt-tour.com. Hashtag just a replay.
Surprise there, that ball's broken. Landa hits like a girl. Like a baby. So still a piece of the ball right there. Landa's going to take it out of the court.
Yeah, I saw that. I was hoping they were grabbing that, Fabio.
Yeah.
But once again, guys, you're in the chat box. You know, whether you like our feed or you want to hit the angry face, but just engage. But most important, you're watching free racquetball due to the fact of MLG Holdings. Mark and Laura Gibbs, they stepped up. That's why we removed the paywall. That looked like a screen serve.
Carson. Side out right there from Carson. Landa wanted.
I have to say, I agree with Landa on that call, Fabio.
Well, listen, referee sees it different.
Yeah. I got to find out why they can't appeal, why that's not appealable. Just for my own knowledge. I know it's not on the appealable list, but I wonder if there's a specific reason.
I think it's a matter of appreciation according to the referee.
Well, let's think about it. One of the line judges can see it clearly, but the other
one can't.
Really can't. So that might have something to do with it. Neither one of them speak English. No, I'm just kidding. No, Lalo's very good at English.
Landa giving up point number 12 for Carson. And listen, Dean, it's a matter of perspective, is angular as well, because, you know, the right sideline judge will be far away from that angle. But, you know, if we had referees like we had yesterday, I think yesterday was Stevie Wonder and Andrea Bocelli doing the sideline reffing.
Whoa.
It's not going to work out.
Whoa. Back to the action on center court. Beautiful kill shot from Alex Landa. Back in the box. I need a drum after that. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Beatbox Fabio Soto. He'll be here all week.
Make sure to tip your waitress. Landa.
Bad time for an absolute rollout serve.
That was close. That was close to being a skip serve right there. Landa down the line. kill shot right there. Perfectly placed. Carson was not far off, though.
So, Gene in the box, or if you have a subscription for eNet Live, we are not affiliated with eNet Live, so you are not supporting racquetball. So you can, if you tried to cancel your subscription and you weren't, I thought Landa picked that one up.
No.
But if you want to try to if you tried to cancel your subscription and it didn't work, and you're having issues, please email me, dean@irt-tour.com, and we'll get that taken away. But we are not affiliated with eNet Live, and none of the proceeds go to IRT or Racquetball. So, that said, let's move on. Rocky Carson serving, slap Z, cross court, off the back wall, setup, forehand. Good pickup, Carson. Big setup off the back wall. Another big set, a lot of big setups here. Beautiful shot down the line. Good pickup, Carson. Great put away from Rocky Carson. Wow, listen to the crowd, Fabio. Listen.
We're going to see a replay right here. Landa, Carson, what a diving get there by Carson.
That was one of them, but this is another one.
Listen, great defense there by Carson to keep the ball alive.
The old guy can move, ladies and gentlemen. 40 years old, and he's moving around there like he's half the age. Yeah, you know, nothing Landa seems to be doing is really putting him in a position to succeed here in game one of Fabio.
As you say that, now Alex Landa giving point number 14.
Yeah, our first game point opportunity for Rocky Carson in the service box.
Carson for the game. See serve again.
Coming off the back wall, Landa shoots down the line. Two bounce get Rocky Carson. So after that shot, Landa finally was like, thank God, a two bounce get.
Exactly.
Because everything he's been shooting, Rocky's been picking up. So players checking the course.
So 9 serving 14 in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa needs to put his foot on the gas right now. I don't think he's going to get another chance if he loses a serve.
Alcides in the chat box said yes, we helped him get rid of his subscription to eNet Live. So, thank you, Alcides. Rocky Carson.
Landa.
Big setup for Carson. Beautiful pass, Rocky Carson.
Carson putting it a mile away from Alejandro Landa. Getting opportunity for game point number 2. Carson read Landa. I love how he saw his court position first.
Second opportunity here, Fabio.
Second opportunity to take game number 1 here.
Can Landa hold him off? Landa stuck at 9. Bottom board skips it in. Game 1 in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, Fabio, pretty good one.
Pretty good one, pretty great one. What play by Rocky Carson right there.
Let's take a short break. We'll be back for the start of game 2 right here on IRT Live.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and free shipping. That's right, 30% off and free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in sunny Fullerton, California at the 2019 Los Compadres Auto Sales Tier 1 Championships, where Rocky Carson took game number 1 at 15-9 versus Alejandro Landa. I am Fabio Soto for the RT, here in the booth sitting with Dean Baer. Dean, what are your thoughts on this game number 1 being over?
Fabio, you know, with the way, the retrievability, with the gets that Rocky Carson was getting there, you cannot be surprised at all. You know, like, I mean, with the amount of gets he's getting, you can't be surprised that he didn't win game 1.
No, you really cannot. Listen, Rocky Carson has been playing excellent racquetball. I mean, there's no wonder he's in the final. But right now, he played excellent racquetball versus Alejandro Landa, who has been playing incredible ball as well.
Landa's playing incredible, but from a percentage standpoint, he's skipping too much. Rocky's not really skipping.
No. Look, listen, Rocky's playing his percentages now. He's playing with poise. He's playing with a lot of good game management. You know, no wonder here he has his power. He has, again, at home, Coach Fran Davis is here. I will no doubt see probably the same result here as Landa skips once more.
Crowd's getting a little feisty here at the Meridian Club, Fullerton, California. I don't know if they know a racquetball game's going on. Good setup there. Big setup from Landa. Carson picks it up. So, great get off the back wall, sliding get.
Rocky, the setup right there, Landa.
Rocky around the world. Landa's going to shoot this too. Great shot, but a great get.
Landa puts it away.
After the hip check, Landa buries it down the line.
Listen.
And the crowd loved it. Watch this one get by Carson, but watch when Landa's trying to get him. It's not this one.
Another one?
It's the other one when it's on the other side. And Landa and Rocky kind of hip check each other. But here we go. Great gets right there. Good rallies. I like the fact that I hear people in the crowd, you know, actually cheering for Rocky.
Broken ball there. Such an unfortunate play for Alejandro Landa. Let's see again.
Hashtag. Let's see if this is the one that around the world. No, this one he's going to turn and shoot from the forehand. It might be this one right here. They're going to kind of bump. I like that Landa kept shooting and didn't wait for the avoidable, because he might have only got a replay.
Listen,
and that's what I like about Alex Landa is he takes the shot.
Listen, he played through it, and that's what we want to see. Let them play. So I want to thank everybody watching. Please like our posts, share our feed, subscribe to our channels. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us at Racquetball Tour. And the subscription to...
Landa skipped that one in, Fabio. What about in Spanish? They got to know.
Well, damos a la bienvenida a toda la gente que nos está sintonizando en Latinoamérica para ver a Alejandro Landa y a Rocky Carson. Por favor, denle like a nuestro post, compartan nuestra liga. Suscríbanse a nuestro canal, búsquenos en Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @Racquetball Tour. Next time I'll do it with a professional soccer announcing accent.
That would be good. What a dive off the back wall from Carson. Not a good pinch right there from Landa. And here's an easy setup for Landa. Cross court. Rocky dies in the right side corner. The rear of the court doesn't come out. Landa, great rally. Great cross-court pass, finally by Alex Landa.
But listen, can you believe we've been on this game for about 4 minutes and it's still 0 serving 0?
4 minutes or 40 minutes, did you say?
The game?
The game.
Still 0 serving 0, Dean. Can you believe that?
It's a Rocky Carson match, I can. Good pickup off the back wall, Landa.
Landa moving out of the way as he should. Carson.
Oh.
That's a penalty hinder called.
He can appeal that,
That's
whether
a
or
side
not
out.
if it was a penalty hinder or not a
No,
penalty hinder.
Landa is looking at the ref. He's giving him the Landa look.
Is that the Landa look or the or is it the
Listen,
is it the Nadal look?
Listen, Dean. If
the
Landa's eye had lasers, that would be the end of Scott right there.
Well, I'm right behind him, so then I would have probably got zapped. Not good. Set up off the back wall, Landa down the line. Pick up Rocky Carson. Set up off the back wall, Landa. Perfect reverse pinch, flatty by Alex Landa.
And we are still at 0 serving 0. It's been action, nothing on the board. It's like a soccer match, Dean.
0-0. You need to check out our YouTube post, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the Facebook chat, you need to check over to our YouTube post and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And invite a friend. Good pick up off the back wall. Landa skips the ceiling ball off the back wall.
Another side out there, Dean. This is going to be an Iron Man match, no doubt, for us as well.
Let's go. Set up off the back wall. You know, Fabio, I'm seeing too many setups off the back wall.
Finally, a point from Carson. I want to remind everybody that we have head referee Scott McClellan here at the center court, and left sideline judges Eduardo Portillo. Right sideline judge is Carlos Keller.
Carson serving in the service box. This is going to come flying off the front wall.
Carson.
Landa can't catch up to that one.
Point number 2 for Carson.
Also remind everyone, let's look at
Let's
this replay.
see where that ball hit in the top. Ooh, that looked a little high.
That first bounce was at the short line. That's pretty amazing.
Carson serving. Landa, wow, such power. Shoot. Landa with great hands.
Well, you know, that's what Landa has to do. He needs a little more touches. He's kind of overswinging. A lot of his shots are coming flying off the back wall, like I said before, as Landa takes some time in the front. That's a very good move for Alex Landa. And I want to remind everyone, coming up right after this match, about 15 minutes, we'll have pro doubles finals. De La Rosa Beltran will take on Moscoso and Carlos Keller.
That is a treat right there for everybody watching Loves
what
Doubles.
A pickup right there from Landa. Setup coming from Landa.
Carson.
Wow, what a great flatty right there from Rocky Carson.
So a treat to everybody after this one, the men's pro doubles final. One of the most exciting teams in racquetball. Álvaro Beltrán and Daniel de la Rosa versus one of the most dominant teams.
I think you're a little biased with Beltran de la Rosa.
A little bit. A little bit. Carson. Landa shooting. Wow, listen, the right call, the right poise, the right
Fabio,
strength.
let's talk about that real quick. What had happened before in order for Landa to get back in the box? Remember, he did that soft little touch. He's kind of over-swinging. He's swinging, yes, he's swinging through the ball, but the ball's coming flying off the back wall. Easy setups for Carson. Carson's able to get up to the front of the court and get those balls. He needs to change his power to be a little more finesse, and he needs to take a little bit off the ball for him to win here in game 2.
Definitely. You know, that was the setup right there. Overhead for Rocky. Rocky going to get a setup from the back. Rocky down the line. Great shot.
Perfect shot.
Textbook.
Textbook. Exactly my words, Fabio. Textbook racquetball. 2 serving 0 on the head pen scoreboard. Head pen is not only the official ball of the IRT, not just the official scoreboard of the IRT. Head pen is the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online today, www.head.com/racquetball. Rocky Carson serving to the forehand. Land is there. Set up off the back wall. Land is there. Land is going to shoot this one. Not a smart shot. A good pickup. 2 bounce get, Rocky Carson. 2 bounce get.
2 bounces, Rocky
Yep.
Carson.
He turned around,
Looking
looked
at his
Fran
camp.
right away and said, oh, 2 bounces, thanks. Now, there's the shot I didn't like that Landa took. You can't really see it off the front wall, but the shot before that is not the one Landa really should have took. Landa, drive serve. Finally, a good drive serve from Landa. What a great pickup. Wallpaper.
And Rocky with a perfect shot right there.
Well, you know, he's covering that play. That Landa's really overswinging, Fabio. Once again, that ball's coming, you know, right to Rocky Carson. He definitely needs to use his angles more, and he definitely needs to go back to that reverse pinch that he's been doing when he takes a forehand or cross court with his backhand. Great down the line from Landa.
Down the line, down the line, down the line. The last 3 kill shots have been down the line. They've been reading upon textbook racquetball there by Coach Fran Davis. Now Landa to serve. Good drive serve by Landa. Ooh, not a good serve.
What a get! What a get! What a get, but doesn't make the front wall.
Wow.
Great rally here in Fullerton, California. Los Compadres open.
So Landa finally getting on the board here. At 1 serving 2 in the head pen scoreboard.
Good. That was a good rally for Alex Landa. Again, I think he had opportunities prior. Fabio, he's not really maximizing when he gets that opportunity. And Rocky's putting a lot of pressure on him. No towel timeout. Not sponsored by Service Master Restore.
Alejandro Landa from the left. Going to try a Rocky serve right there. Landa, give a setup to Rocky, who's going to shoot for the top.
Nope, here we go.
Landa shooting down bottom and skipping another time.
Fabio, when he's taking that backhand, the best opportunities for Alex Landa is to go cross court to the other side of the court. Rocky's leaning for those. He's ready.
I totally agree there. Landa not doing his best shot selection management. And Rocky Carson makes him pay.
Point.
Rocky makes him pay. So 3 serving 1 in the head pen scoreboard. Rocky Carson in the driver's seat right now. Skipping again once more. Landa skipping another shot. And now 4 serving 1 in the head pen scoreboard.
You know, similar to what Andre Perea against Rocky Carson yesterday, if you remember last night, nothing went well for Andre Perea in both games. And the same thing is happening here to Alex Landa. So that means Rocky Carson's game plan is to the T.
Well, yeah, I mean, nothing has been working for him right now. Like, but Andre Perea only got 10 points total.
Okay,
yesterday.
we're at 10 points.
We're at 10 points him, yeah. And you know, it's one of those things that Landa needs to adjust. Let's hope to see that Landa doesn't take too much time for a timeout.
Hashtag just a replay hit the box. Let's see if we can take a look. There's one shot. It should be this one. Look how high Landa's shooting. Yep, hit the box.
So our camera has been taking a pounding this weekend, Dean.
Well, we got that new box brought to us by Home Depot.
Landa destroying
Wow.
that right corner.
Okay, so what's the difference from that shot to the other shots, Fabio? He turned and took a forehand. And anytime Landa takes the forehand, his shots usually fare well.
Well, and not only that, he was more comfortable right there. He saw Rocky was a little off to the right, and he took the right shot right there, Landa. Like a sniper again in his corner. Now that the left corner hasn't been working in his favor, maybe next time right corner will. Second opportunity for the Juarez native.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, wearrollout.com. 20% off. Go Rocky is the promotion code. What a beautiful pass. Rocky needed a cape to get that one. Didn't happen. But 20% off. Wearrollout.com during this match. Support John Clay and Wear Rollout. We have a towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore. Players starting getting a little wet in there.
And now that we see our good dear friend there, Rob Landon, he's looking more and more like Brett Favre, isn't he? Now that he's wearing that jersey.
That's a big no. He looks like he ate Brett Favre.
So 2 serving 4 in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa. Good serve there by Landa. And a better return by Carson. Cross court kill shot right there.
Wow.
Four serving 2 in the headpan scoreboard. Landa with that great Z serve right there. Obligates Landa to go for the back wall. Landa. Is he going to shoot? Yes, he is. Again, a sniper to the corner. Front court crack shot right there. Landa. Rocky taking a look at that ball. Inspecting it. Inspecting it so much. It's not going to happen, though. Landa. 2 serving 4.
Oof.
It's just amazing to me, Dean, how powerful Landa is. You look at his composure, and you think that he's not that powerful, yet he is.
Well, a lot of the, he's not like a Sebastian Fernandez built. He does have a lot of upper body strength, but all that power, Fabio, is coming from his hips. He is one of the players that really plants his feet and rotates his hips. Sidewall, front wall. Isn't that?
Landa's not going to appeal that. He didn't like it, but he can appeal if he wants to.
I don't know if it hits sidewall, front wall.
Well, from my vantage point, Dean, I thought it was a skip. However,
you got the best.
I didn't see any appeals, so
we're gonna have a towel timeout.
Brett Favre is coming into the court.
I want to know where the kid is. He's on break. He's on break.
Our towel boy's on a break.
No, the kid had some of the water from Los Compadres, and now he's Rob Blanton. He grew up. Too much Alberto's tacos out front.
4 serving 2 here. Carson in the driver's seat.
Great serve from Rocky Carson. Big setup about 36 feet down the line. Bottom board. Ooh, broken ball again.
So an unfortunate unfortunate call there that leads to a replay. That was going to be a point for Carson. Broken ball.
Drive serve from Rocky Carson to the forehand. Landa's right there. Landa is hitting the ball with absolute force, Fabio. You are absolutely correct. You're spot on. And here comes a Carson bullet down the line. Good pickup. 2 bounce get Rocky Carson.
Well, let's just say that the force is with Landa today.
Rocky looking for another towel timeout. Not going to get it.
The force is with Landa today, but not the accuracy. So Landa, 2 serving 4. Wow, Carson.
Bad serve.
That's a bad
Alex
serve.
Landa.
But Rocky takes advantage of that bad serve, and he makes the side out. Brett Favre again in the court.
Federer's watching? Nadal and Federer are both in the chat box.
Landa puts
beautiful down the line. About time Landa gets one there.
Wow.
With a very smart shot. Didn't come off the back wall either, Fabio.
No, you know what? What a great shot there by Landa. They were doing down the line shots to the left side, now the right side of the court.
At realrafaelnadal.com. Screen serve.
Second opportunity here for the Juarez native. Good serve there.
Great down the line again. 2 in a row. Winner for we had a rubber timeout on the court.
And see what I like about that, Dean, that Landa changed his serve. He did a C serve right there in his second opportunity, but he put it at a certain angle where he gave Rocky the ball for him only to get a return setup, and Landa shot down the line. Very simple, very quick. It happened. Maybe Landa will repeat it again.
And it's not coming off the back wall. That's the most important part. Towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore. 3 serving 4 on the head pen scoreboard. Landa serving.
Let's see if Alejandro Landa repeats game point number 3. Same serve, different angle.
Nice. He goes up top, doesn't try to overthink it. Set up, turn, spins, forehand, down the line, winner.
Wow.
It's going to get a warning.
Rocky is going to get a warning from referee Scott McClellan.
Short serve. Second serve coming up here. Landa. He's going to go with the Carson. That slap Z, right? Carson puts it up top. Set up off the back wall for Landa. Perfect down the line, but Carson picks it up. Carson's letting Landa shoot. You don't want Landa to heat up, because he may.
2 bounces right there, Landa.
Hey, you're going to give Landa too many opportunities to shoot from 37, 38, 39 feet, Fabio. One of them he's going to land. That's his name, Landa.
Landa finally taking lead of this game,
Landa
number 2.
finally landed one. 11-10 tiebreaker. Beautiful serve into the corner. But came off the back wall.
We want to remind everybody watching, after this match, the men's pro doubles finals between Álvaro Beltrán, Daniel de la Rosa versus Conrado Moscoso and Carlos Keller. Such a treat for every racquetball fan out there.
Another good shot into the corner, set up off the back wall, Carson.
Down the line, Landa.
That's 3 shots, not in a row, but 3 really good rallies that Landa came out on top of. And Fabio, the theme was down the line.
Down the line.
No skips, down the line. Good spot, good shot. Here we are.
Keep it clean, keep it simple. Landa with the drive. What a great serve right there. Wow.
Whoa! He didn't.
Even Landa says,
I'm going to give you a Pineda. That was sick.
That was just brutal right there. Brutal. Brutal right
No,
there.
Fran Davis does not teach that shot.
Can she?
To the forehand.
Rocky skipping that
So
ball.
you make such a great shot, and you follow it up by this. Well, look at this play that Landa hits it between the legs. It was with zero force, Fabio. Landa has no reason to really win that rally with what he did with the ball.
Rocky Carson
But
has
Carson skipped it in.
no reason to skip that ball either. Incredible. Landa.
Ooh, perfect pass, corner. Landa wants a screen serve.
Wants a screen serve. He's not going to get it. Landa's not going to get it. No way.
You know what the players really want, Fabio, is they want consistency. So Landa seems to think that was the same serve, and it's not. So we're an hour into this match. Beautiful shot down the line. But here comes a setup for Carson. No.
That shot.
Reverse pinch, flat rollout
That shot has
by
been working.
Alex Landa.
Has been working that shot for Landa throughout the game. He's
It's
done.
my favorite shot, Fabio.
He's done
Watch
that
what
four times.
he does. Even though he's close to the wall, he turns, spins, forehand. Can't take that shot with a backhand. It's just the ball stays up.
And
forehand, flat as a pancake.
And can you believe we are still at 5-4?
Yeah, I should say flat as a tortilla.
Yep. Short serve right there. We're still at 5-4 in game number 2 here in the headpan scoreboard.
Wayne Antone watching. Want to welcome everyone in the chat box. Please like our post, tag a friend, bring grandma to watch, call the dog,
And
call the gato.
remind everybody that December 5th
And the gato.
December 5th through the 8th, we have our last pro stop of the season. Of this first half of the season, I'm sorry.
Yes, we're going to be posting that later on.
Set up over there for Landa.
Good pickup from Carson. Great dive off the back, Landa. Great pickup, Landa. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting good. Setup off the back wall. Carson. Splat rollout right there. Carson. Down the line, beautiful, nice shot.
Landa gunning for
Landa
Carson.
is going to be so angry at this rally if he doesn't win it. Setup coming from Carson. No, a tough one.
Oh, what a great.
Died in the corner. Good win there.
What a great ceiling shot there by Landa.
One bounce, very good get right there. Honestly, the way things were going for Alex Landa, Fabio, I really thought he would lose a point like that. I'm happy to see him coming out on top of that type of rally. That's good for Alex Landa. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Broken ball. So coming up next, Pro Doubles Finals. Daniel De La Rosa, Alvaro Beltran. The 2 seeds will take on Conrado Moscoso and Carlos Keller. Directly after this match, stay tuned on IRT Live. Action-packed finals Sunday here in Fullerton, California. right now, we're in the middle of game 2. Best out of 3. Rocky Carson up 1-0. Landa up 5-4 in this game.
ball.
Landa skipped an easy. He makes these tough shots, but he skips a lot of real easy ones.
The further this goes, the better for Carson, definitely, because Landa has just been missing. I love the fact that Rocky's first serve was a C. Right there.
Beautiful down the line.
Opportunity, game management, poise.
5-5.
We're tied for the first time. Game number 2 tied. 5 apiece in the headpan scoreboard. Carson shooting.
Beautiful shot
Landa.
there by Alex Landa.
Wow.
You know, neither player's really been serving well, Fabio, and I think
Not
that's
so
why
far.
that's why we're stuck at 5-5.
Not so far.
When you serve well, points come. Good grab there by Landa. Perfect shot down the line. Stuck to the sidewall. Rocky got a racket on it, but didn't go anywhere.
So 6 serving 5 now in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa trying to take control of this match as he's up by 1. Short serve.
One of the sponsors just got into his booth. I'm sure he just played in that C finals over there. What a grab, Carson, off the back wall. Big setup for Carson.
It's a bad
Where did it
ceiling
go,
ball.
Fabio?
That's a bad ceiling ball there by
Where
Landa.
did the ball go?
Oh,
Straight down the line.
well, listen, that was a bad ceiling ball there by Landa. He gave a freebie to Carson. Carson made him pay. C serve again. Wow.
Wow, what a backhand flatty by Alex Landa.
And Landa taking control there. He's stepping up, being more aggressive now. Expect that to happen. You expect more aggression now as we move forward. Because Landa is seeing that it hasn't been working his technique, so got aggressive there, got the side out, quick point, and we're back at 6 serving 5 in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa. Short serve right there called by the referee. Second opportunity for Alejandro Landa. Opportunity there for
Was that
Landa
a
with a
two-bounce
setup.
get, Fabio?
No. Wow,
That
Landa.
was a 4-bounce get right there. Towel timeout, sponsored by Service Master Restore. Once again, want to say thanks to all of our partners of the IRT. We appreciate your support, not only today, but every day. Right there at the bottom of the screen, we have Gearbox Racquetball. We have Penn. We have Head, MLG Holdings, Freight Management Logistics, Service Master, who's sponsoring this towel timeout, and WhereRollout.com. Once again, if you're in the chat box, you're watching this match, check out WhereRollout.com today. Use promotion code GOROCKY for 20% off of your order. And there's all of our social media right there on the bottom at Racquetball Tour, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Tubes they didn't even invent. We're on it. Screen serve.
Foot
Foot fault.
fault. Foot fault call there. Let's see if it was.
It is. If Scott called it, it is, Fabio. Good 2-bounce get, Rocky Carson. So a couple of quick points for Alex Landa. We're going to be heading to a tiebreaker.
So 8 serving 5 in the headpan scoreboard.
I'm trying to think if Rocky just went into a huge lull or if it's Landa creating opportunities, because I don't see the opportunities being created by Landa, so I'm wondering if it's just a lull from Rocky Carson.
And talking about low by Landa, skipping a ceiling shot. How does he do that?
Here's Carson. Landa needs to go back to what he was just been doing, Fabio, and that's not overswinging like he just swung there. Control the play. Down the line, good pickup, Carson.
Wow, opportunity
Nice shot,
from
Rocky
Carson right
Carson.
there. Wow, I got to hand it to Carson. He just gave us a lesson how he has to be patient and create opportunity.
6 serving 8 on the Headpen scoreboard. Once again, Headpen, not only the scoreboard sponsor, Headpen, the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online, head.com/racquetball. Wow.
Oh,
Good
close.
get. Carson can't make the front wall. Side out. Ocho. Serviendo.
Seis. So you got,
Ocho seis.
you know,
Ocho cinco?
this,
Oh, that was-
this score
that was
hasn't
a big
really been
football
reflecting what I think is the game right now. I honestly think that this should be a little bit further apart, but Land is just making all these mistakes. Having that skip ceiling shot just on the last couple plays ago just tells you how there's some sort of lack of concentration there by Landa.
Well, you know what? There's a reason why these guys only went to a tiebreaker once.
Back wall there.
Big
Landa.
setup, Landa.
Of course, he has to do something right there with the ball.
Yeah, you know, again, Landa is putting himself in a good position now to take game 2 and to go into a tiebreaker. Like I said before, just kind of not overswing, control the play, easier shots, create better opportunities for himself, and he'll find himself in a tiebreaker. If he keeps overswinging and not getting serves in, penalty. He can appeal that.
It's
Yep,
a
and he
penalty hinder
automatically
right there
appeals.
called by the referee. And both sideline judges
Disagree.
overrule the head referee. And that's
Replay.
a replay. So let us show you what happened right there. Landa's serving. Look at where Carson hits.
He hit the shoe. Is it?
But Landa, Rocky had down the line shot. He could have gone cross court. He hit Landa.
He looked like it was really going to be like a wide angle. It really didn't look like a cross court, Fabio. Hence the call overturned by both line judges. Setup. No. Ooh, Landa almost skipped that ceiling ball. Landa kind of didn't swing fully. He wanted a replay. So the referee's telling him you took the shot. You know, you kind of have to anyway. Because what if the referee doesn't call it?
Take the shot. That's what he got to do. Carson down the line, Landa.
But you see, he just overswung right there, but it was a good thing that it hung out next to the side wall, and Carson couldn't, he couldn't catch up to that.
So 9 serving 6 in the headpan scoreboard. Alejandro Landa. Can he get further away from Carson? He's 3 points up. Can he make it 4?
He's not been serving well.
Wow, power, control. Landa goes to double digits for the first time in the match.
Tiebreaker's coming, Fabio. Feel it.
I don't know. I can't say. It's too soon. Rocky's still in this. He's just 4 points behind. That's it.
No, absolutely. Can never count out a Rocky Carson. Good change of serve by Landa. Goes up top. Set up off the back wall for Landa.
Wow.
Pinch kill. Fabio, what did he do? Took a little bit off it. Didn't overswing. Took a little bit off it. Not a point. Time out on the court. We'll take a short break right here, and we'll be back for the remainder of Game 2 right here on IRT Live.
What keeps me going in racquetball is my family, everybody who supports me, and just the feel of a win at the end of a tournament is what keeps me going. That's all I need. Winning is something you just can't explain to somebody unless they've felt it before. You know all the hard work has paid off, and you've tried so hard to get to that point, and you finally do it, and it's amazing. I'm Holly Scott, I play for Gearbox, and you should too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Bear in the booth. Fabio Soto. Fabio, good timeout for Rocky Carson or what?
I think it is a good timeout. He's down by 5 now, 11 serving 6. And, you know, Rocky took his timeout, I think, very, very strategically. He went to talk with Coach Fran Davis.
Listen, he doesn't call the timeouts when Fran Davis is here. The coach always calls the timeout. Good serve, Landa, but it's short. He had a great angle on that ball. Landa's going to get a penalty for hitting our camera. No. Second serve coming up with a Z.
Wow.
Ooh, Rocky took a little bit off it. Perfect little shot down the line. Good timeout for Rocky Carson, but needs some points here. 6 serving 11 on the head pen scoreboard. Fullerton, California. Los Compadres Auto Sales. Open.
Wow.
Both players not good Z serves.
A return. What? Same play, same result.
Yeah, you know what? That was different for Rocky. He hit that serve a little too hard and a little too low. So the ball came off the wall probably about 36 feet, you know, with 4 feet to go deep in the court. And Landa, easy shot for him. Perfect serve. I like the serve selections for Landa. He's just not landing them, Fabio.
He is not.
He's got Rocky going one way, and he's going the other, but it's short. Second serve coming up, Alex Landa. Good pick up, Alex Landa.
A little too much heat there from Landa. That's his own
Beautiful
fault.
Shot.
That is his own fault, definitely. So Carson trying to catch up here with Landa. Carson has to do better court management right now.
Short serve. Set up. Stuck to the wall. Landa goes up top. Carson punches it into the corner for a winner. Winner.
Chicken dinner right there. Carson.
Good rally from Carson.
Carson within 4
Listen,
of Landa.
Racquetball is about waves and runs. Rocky's going on a run right now. Really, all Landa has to do is just let Rocky get his couple of points in the run and put a stop to it and move on. Set up off the back wall. Set up off the back wall. Landa missed an easy one. He wants that one back.
Landa now only winning by 3. 8 serving 11 on the headpan scoreboard. Rocky Carson.
Landa definitely wants that one back, Fabio. Short serve.
Wow, I love how Rocky switched it up.
He tried to sell it right away with a fist pump.
Even Coach Fran Davis said no.
So downstairs is packed, Fabio. Something we haven't been talking about here is upstairs is viewing. So there's so many people upstairs as well.
Landa favoring that shot. Didn't work for him this time. Carson scores point
again.
number 9. So 9 serving 11 on the headpan
Once
scoreboard.
again, Fabio, these players played in 12 matchups with only 1 going to a tiebreaker ever. Will this be number 2? Stay tuned.
Well,
Jam serve. What a pummel into the corner, Alex Landa. Woo!
Listen, this
way to track that ball and way to execute, Fabio.
This is lucky number 13 match for these gentlemen. And even Rocky said, listen, fist bump right here, buddy. He did a great job.
That was some shot, some return of serve by Alex Landa.
That was
Don't try that at home.
That was an Albert return corner shot.
Second serve coming up, Alex Landa.
I'm surprised Landa didn't try to sell that one a little better.
No, it was short. It was clear. He knows. Players know right away, Fabio. You know.
You got to do what you got to do. Landa.
There you
Power.
go, Landa. So you see, remember what I said before, you knew Rocky was going to go on a run. He's not just going to roll over and die. Landa had to kind of sustain the run, put an end to it, get back in the box, score his points, and hopefully move on to a tiebreaker. Towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore.
Mr. Frank Catalano, thank you so much for your signature yellow towel.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, hurry up before this match is over. ShopWhereRollout.com. Use promotion code GOROCKY for 20% off your entire order.
And we'll remind everybody, after this match, the pro men's doubles final between Álvaro Beltrán, Daniel de la Rosa versus Conrado Moscoso and Carlos Keller. A real treat.
Screen serve.
Foot fault.
Foot fault. Okay.
Foot fault called there. Landa.
Pummels into the corner. Turn, fist pump, Alex Landa.
Landa determined to take this to the distance.
I like the passion. And there's the key word right there. It's passion and the fight and the drive coming from Alex Landa late here in Game 2. He's trying to put an end to Rocky Carson in Game 2 and go to a breaker.
Of course, Rocky Carson.
Bad serve, great return, side out. 9 serving 13 on the headpen scoreboard. Can Carson climb back up? Stay tuned. Short serve. He's going to appeal. Disagree. 1 up, 1 down. Call stands. One up, 1 down. Call scans. Second serve. Replay coming up here. Yep. Hit the line. Second serve. Carson. Landa pulling in Perea. Ooh, nice pickup and a great return. But Carson buries it down the line.
Wow.
So, Fabio, what I don't like about what Landa did right there is he jumped over to serve it, but then he went back. And that forced him for the weak return. Stay there. Rocky's not going to change the serve. He doesn't.
No, he's not. And Rocky's still in this. He's now in double digits now. 10
Short
serving
serve.
13 in the headpan
Again,
scoreboard.
Short serve. Rocky's got people upstairs, too. I think his sparring partner, Don, is up there. Oh, no, I see him down here. 2 bounce, get Carson. Landa holds off Carson once again. 13-10.
Want to remind everybody, please watching, please like our post, share our feed, subscribe to our channel. Look us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Racquetball Tour, and on YouTube, International Racquetball Tour.
Good pick up there from Carson. Set up off the back wall. Oh, why doesn't he pinch that shot, Fabio? He's got Rocky Carson behind him, and he goes cross court, and he's given the opportunity for Carson to catch up and get that ball. A pinch, better opportunity for him there. Welcome everybody in the chat box. Please like our post and share our feed. Good pick up there, but here comes a setup. Backhand Carson down the line with a little slice and a kill shot. Carson 11-13 in the headpin service scoreboard.
So Landa is missing some key opportunities here to get the ball back and produce some offense. But Rocky Carson, he's on a run now.
Good serve finally from Rocky Carson. Good pickup there from Landa. Turns, forehand, down the line. Landa can't catch up to it.
So timeout there by Landa.
Good call, Alex Landa. Timeout there. Let's look at this replay. Good serve finally, down cross court. Good pickup, Landa. But here comes the turn down the line. Can't catch up to it. We'll take a short break after that. Right here, we'll be back for the remainder of Game 2 on IRT Live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Fullerton, California, sunny Southern California, 2019 Los Compadres Auto Sales IRT Racquetball Championships for the IRT. I am Fabio Soto, sitting here with Dean Bear, and we just witnessed a really exciting final here with Landa taking a timeout in game number 2. He was winning by 6 points at a certain point of this game, but now he's only winning by 1, 13 serving 12. With an excellent timeout there. Dean, what are your thoughts on Landa's timeout?
Well, you know, like you said before, you were spot on. You know, Landa missed a couple of opportunities here for him to move on into a tiebreaker. And I think, unfortunately, Rocky's climbing, and I'm not sure that Landa is going to be able to hold him off. Good change of serve by Rocky Carson, but it was short.
So Carson thinking about what he's going to do next. He's favoring that C serve.
Yeah, it's coming.
But he has to think about that angle and that speed and that height to change it, to keep Landa off. See, that was a good serve right there.
Set up forehand.
Oh, Landa skipping.
You know, he wanted to turn and take a forehand, and he kind of shoulda. Kind of shoulda, woulda. But we're knotted up at 13. The ball did bounce funny off that corner crack here, Fabio. That led to the mistake by Landa. Carson serving 13-13 in the service box. Good serve, Carson. Weak return. Set up down the line. Landa's there.
Wow.
Rocky can't catch up to that one.
Landa.
Alex Landa, ladies and gentlemen.
Fired up, Landa, fist pumping, screaming. He knows he's put himself against the wall here, and he is so pressured to do.
Towel timeout sponsored by
Service Master Restore, Mr. Frank Catalano.
Here's a little replay here. Carson, that's the opportunity Carson really missed. That one, that's the really big one. That second one where he went and hit the front wall, side wall, came back to the middle, gave Landa plenty of time to turn and take a forehand, and Rocky was out of position, and a nice side out, Alex Landa. But here, Landa in the box at 13-13. Stay tuned.
Alejandro Landa to the serve.
Good serve, Landa.
And a better return by Carson.
No, a great return.
Wow, Carson just, you know, it was a good serve by Landa, but wow, Carson had a perfect answer. It had a perfect answer.
You know, Landa had a really good serve. It just came flying off the back wall, but what a great recovery and return and correction by Rocky Carson there. Second serve coming up. Second serve, Rocky Carson. Set up Carson with a winner. Are the wheels off the bus for Alex Landa? First match point opportunity. Rocky Carson serving in the service box. Drive serve coming up. Good return there by Landa. Set up. Landa shoots overhand. What a splat. Overhand, right wall, front wall. Watch this serve, Fabio. Great, good jam serve. But here, the shot coming from Alex Landa. He's 39 and a half feet. And what a winner!
Listen, you
Alex
gotta
Landa.
you gotta realize, Dean, that this is not the first, nor will it be the last time that Landa shoots all in match point, because he does. He does that all the time. He's shown us in Sarasota. He showed us in New York. He showed us in every pro stop. If he is down in a match point, he shoots however he wants. So confident, so professional right there.
Towel timeout, sponsored by Service Master Restore. You want to sponsor the tour yourself? Email me, dean@irt-tour.com. Back to the action, 13-14. Landa serving. Good serve, Landa. Set up off the back wall, Landa. Down the line, Carson's there. Sails it. Big setup in front of the wall. Buries it down the line. Alex Landa knots it up at 14. We are at first game point opportunity for Alex Landa at 14, serving 14, trying to go to a tiebreaker, which would be to 11 if it happens. Right here, IRT Live. Landa, drive serve for the game. Short serve. Second serve coming up. So Fabio, he's probably going to go to that Z himself. And if it's not going to be deep enough, it's going to be trouble because Carson's going to bury it down the line. Let's see.
Landa for the game.
Comes off the side wall. Landa, cross court, winner.
Chicken dinner.
Game 2 is in the books. Tiebreaker coming up. We'll take a short break right here on IRT Live.
My name is Sebastian Fernandez. I'm 18 and I'm from Mexico. Before being part of the Reaching Your Dream Foundation, I dreamt of being in the top 50, and now I'm in the top 22, and that is because Reaching Your Dream Foundation has helped me cover my expenses for traveling and hospitality, which helps me focus on my game and allows me to travel to more tournaments that I couldn't do it by myself.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try it hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Alvaro Beltran. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Fullerton, sunny Southern California here.
Are you sure it's sunny? It is hot today.
It is hot
I'll
today.
tell you that much. It is hot.
Where Rocky Carson and Alejandro Landa are contending to be the Los Compadres Auto Sales 2019 Tier 1 champion, and Alejandro Landa taking game
People
number
are
2.
crawling to every crevice to watch the end of this match here in Fullerton, California.
So Carson took game 1 15-9. Landa took game 2 15-14. What are you expecting?
11-10 breaker.
You said 11-10 tiebreaker, and at the beginning of the transmission, I said Landa in 3. Let's see how we fare.
So this is the second tiebreaker ever between these two.
Lucky 13. Here we go. Carson. He will begin serving.
Short serve. That I cannot believe that he appealed that serve. It was clear.
Rocky Carson lost his appeal now. The only way that Carson can appeal if it's on match point. That's the only thing he can do. Listen, I don't want to sound negative here, Dean, but Rocky Carson is going to pay for appealing that.
Yeah, and he should. You don't appeal a serve like that, you know, on the first serve of a tiebreaker in the finals, let's say the least. Short serve.
A little bit short.
Second serve coming up, Landa, 0-0. Up top, this is going to be tough for Landa, but punches it as a ceiling ball.
Oh.
Rocky skips it in.
So point for Landa. He gets on the board first here at 1, serving 0. So Landa draws first blood. We're going to remind everyone watching at home, the winner of the tiebreaker is to 11 points. First one to 11 wins. Overhead shot there for Landa. He's going to pay for that one.
Coming off the back wall, Landa gets it. Skipped it in, Rocky Carson again. Point number 2, Alex Landa. Not a good start to a tiebreaker, Rocky Carson. Fabio, it all starts with a bad serve at the beginning of the game and a lost appeal so early in a tiebreaker. Fabio, it's not working well early here for Rocky Carson.
Well, listen, Dean, I just want to say this too. Landa had opportunities there he did not take advantage of. He won the rally, yes, but he had opportunities to shut it out sooner rather than later.
Second serve coming up, Alex Landa. What I'm seeing also is Alex Landa is back to overswinging, getting a little overconfident, and I'd like him to relax a little bit more for this match, for the end of this match. Good. It's a good shot, Alex Landa.
Rocky Carson with a great side out there.
0 serving 2 on the head pen scoreboard. Great return of serve by Rocky Carson. Good serve, Rocky Carson. Nice punch into the corner by Carson to get his first point of this tiebreaker. Oh, got the guys watching. We need you for
Carson.
switching.
Carson, the driver's seat.
Good serve, Carson. Good
Back wall, Landa.
Back wall.
He's overswinging.
Great dive off the back wall again. Great dive off the back wall again. Round the world. This is going to be tough. Carson, good adjustment. Setup off the back wall. Landa. What a winner. What a good rally for Alex Landa.
Best rally of game number 3 so far.
Watch this get off the back wall. That was the best one of him diving. But Rocky misses this shot. Another one. Here's the one where Rocky kind of pinches and it leaves it up for Landa to shoot. And Landa back in the service box. 2 serving 1 on the head pen scoreboard. Good serve. Good adjustment. Great rally. That was a very good wide-angle pass. Fabio, so let everyone know at home, this is a tiebreaker. So this is 2 out of 3. First 2 games are to 15. Tiebreaker is to 11. You must win by 1. First one to get over that line takes the championships. And Alex Landa with a great return of serve to get himself back in the box. Fabio, what do you see so far in this tiebreaker?
Well, I'm seeing that Landa's overshooting a little bit. He made some adjustments in game number 2 that worked for him a lot, but in game number 3, he's like overshooting. You said overconfident. I have to agree with you right there. He's overshooting right now. He has to remember what he did in game 2. even though he won only by 1 point.
Short serve.
Right now he's winning 2 serving 1 in game number 3. This is 2-11. This is where Landa has to stop making mistakes. He had a lot of skips in game number 1 and 2.
You got to remember, too, this is back-to-back finals appearances for Alex Landa. Set up off the back wall. Landa skips an easy one in there.
This is no good as further as it goes. It's not good for Rocky.
Good serve, Rocky Carson. Landa's there. Set up, Landa shoots down the line. Carson, around the world, another setup off the back wall. Landa down the line. Nice swat by Rocky Carson to knot it up at 2 here in the tiebreaker.
On his knees, Carson finds a way to create some offense opportunity there and gets it. Ties it up at 2. Carson on a roll here. He's not going to lose his groove, Dean.
No, so good adjustments by Rocky Carson to get more focused into here in the tiebreaker after, again, a bad start to the tiebreaker. Good rally. Set up off the back wall, Landa. Nice shot, Alex Landa.
Good
Winner.
shot right there. Rocky looking at his camp,
Winner.
seeing what Fran Davis says.
Like I was saying, Fabio, you know, like the bad start to the tiebreaker by Rocky Carson with a lost appeal on the first serve of a tiebreaker. I don't think I've ever seen anyone, appeal that so early. And then 2 quick points by Landa, but good adjustments for Carson to stay knotted at 2. But great drive serve from Landa. Oh, another big setup. Landa into the corner. Carson catches up to it. Clips the side wall. Off the back wall. Good setup here. Carson cross court. Landa's there. This might be tough. No. Good pinch. 3 wall. Down the line. Good catch, Rocky Carson. This is a great rally, ladies and gentlemen. And Landa skips it in. I don't know why he just doesn't take that shot down the line, Fabio. Towel timeout. They got to clean up 3/4 of the court after that rally.
Listen, Alejandro Landa's just making this tougher and longer than he should. He has opportunities that he has missed. He's not been compelling. He's not been consistent. And he's further than that, he's not being precise at all. He's just failing. 3 skips now in this tiebreaker. It's not helping him at all. There have been opportunities there that he has been able to finish the rally sooner rather than later. He's not taking opportunity, and it's reflected in the score. 2 serving 2 on the headpan scoreboard.
Drive serve from Carson. Short serve. Want to thank our towel boy that's out there and Rob Blanton for supervising. No, we have a towel boy too. Not different change. Lob set up off the back wall. Good pickup there by Carson. Great shot down the line by Alex. So you see, Fabio, every time Landa goes down the line, he's coming up, good. And I'm wondering, every single time Rocky dives, we're having to wipe the floor up. But yet, I don't see him having to change his shirt at all.
We haven't heard referee Scott McClellan call either Landa or Rocky Carson to change their shirt, the same shirt they started with. If it were
tiebreaker, you're going to see a lot more dives.
If it were Big Canada San Marie, there'd been 3 shirts by now.
He would have 3 shirts this game.
Yep. Landa, short serve.
Second serve coming up for Landa. Good serve, Landa. Off the back wall, Carson with a great return. Carson walking to the front wall. Wipes his shoes on his court grabbers. And here's Carson serving. 2 serving 2 still. Wow, good pickup from Carson. Good shot, but Landa turns around, shakes his finger, says,
"No,
I don't care if you got it. I buried that one."
So Landa thinks that it was a 2 bounce, but
and you know what? In the heat of the battle, you know, you do have you do think a little differently. But all this time in a tiebreaker, Fabio, and like always, we're stuck at 2 each.
this just tells you the quality of the play that we have here. We're not used to seeing a final go into tiebreaker, Dean.
Absolutely, you're absolutely true. Set up off the back wall for Carson. What's he going to do? Down the line, and there's Landa. But here comes a nice shot off the back wall from Carson, and Landa grabs that one.
Set up there for Carson.
Huge one. But
oh, Landa, he's going to pay for this one. Told ya.
Nice cross court. He was covering down the line. Rocky recognized that Landa was a little bit close to him, probably could feel him, and then he goes across court for an absolute winner. Great angle on the ball. No chance for Landa to catch up to that cross court.
We're back at 2-2. Carson. Cesar right there is his first option. Landa making him pay again. So just to remind everybody at home watching, this is an almost 2-hour-long match now.
Yeah, it's very Rocky Carson-esque.
Definitely, no question about that.
I want to remember to thank all of our partners, Gearbox, Head, Pen, Service Masters, WearRollout.com. Special today, Go Rocky, 20% off. Back to the action here. Landa, short serve. Don't forget Freight Management, Logistics, and MLG Holdings. Right down the line. Carson's there. Good pickup from Landa. Perfect shot down the line. Rocky Carson buries it for a side out. Two serving 2 on the Head Pen scoreboard. Carson serving in the box. Short serve.
I believe that Alvaro Beltran and Dan De La Rosa are warming up now, getting ready for their next final. Wow, cross court.
That match was supposed to start an hour ago, I think.
Just to let everybody know, after this, for the men's doubles pro final between Alvaro Beltran, Daniel De La Rosa versus Conrado Moscoso and Carlos Keller, they will face each other. Very looking forward to that, Dean. That was going to be an exciting match right there to watch.
Want to say hi to Johan Igor in the chat box. Landa serving. Good serve
Point.
To the right
Ace.
side. Called it good. He can't appeal it because he lost his appeal.
He had
on
only
the
one
first
appeal
play
left
in the match.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's very good. He knows he only gets one appeal in the tiebreaker.
He knows.
He used it on the first serve in the tiebreaker. It was not smart by Rocky Carson, period. 3 serving 2.
Remember,
Short
Dean, that
serve.
I told you when Rocky appealed that he was going to pay for it?
Yeah, we said it. We talked about it.
He just did.
You know, the first serve of the match. And
he just paid for it.
He
No point.
appealed his serve. It got both
agreement from the
agreements
referees.
from both the line judges. No appeal. Good pickup there by Landa. Buries it into the corner. Good pickup, Landa. 2 bounce get right there. Side out. 2 serving 3 on the head pen scoreboard. See, when Rocky Carson starts behaving this way, things do not go his way.
They don't.
And he needs to just stay focused and control what and take care of what he can control. And that's his actions, his shot selection, and his serves. Period. End of story.
I agree with you. Rocky needs to keep it together.
Good serve by Carson. Set up off the back wall. Carson shoots, pinches. Landa's there, but skips it in. Is the ball broken? No.
So 3 serving 3 now with the head pen scoreboard.
Three serving 3 on the head pen scoreboard. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for liking our post and sharing our feed. What a great pickup by Carson. And Landa slaps that cross court for a winner. Three serving 3 on the head pen scoreboard. Back to the action here. Well, Landa gets a warning for time between serves because he's messing with his glove, taking his time. He only gets 10 seconds. Short serve. Second serve coming up. Landa. Z serve. Carson buries that down the line. I'd like to see Landa do a little something different with that serve, Fabio.
I really would. He needs to mix it up here. He's been feeling out. Like you said, this is the 13th time these athletes have faced each other, so they know their games.
Yeah, I mean, they get to see each other, up close and personal often. Carson goes up top. This might be tough into the corner, but here comes a plum of a setup for Carson, and he buries it as a flat rollout, sidewall, front wall, to get himself his 4th point.
So 4 serving 3 on the head pen scoreboard.
Rocky Carson.
Rocky Carson just keeping his pace up. Let's see if he can keep this lead.
Skip ball. Landa looking for an opportunity to tie.
I want to remind everybody in the chat box, thank you for tuning in. Please like our posts, share our feed. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Racquetball Tour. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, International Racquetball Tour.
Landa serving in the box.
Rocky seems to think that serve is short.
Down the line.
Rocky seems to think that serve was short, but he cannot appeal. Remember, he lost his appeal.
That's the way it goes.
That was an emotional appeal by Rocky Carson at the beginning of the match. He paid for it once, he's paying for it twice.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. He can now, and I mean, a 2-bounce get anything. He does not have that appeal. You really need to use your appeals wisely in general.
The only time, again, just to remind people watching at home, the only time he can appeal right now is if it's on match point. That's the only time he can use it.
Down the line there by Landa. Good bounce there by Landa down the line. What a great down the line by Alex Landa.
So Landa now retaking the lead here at 5, serving 4 in the headpan scoreboard.
Towel timeout sponsored by
Service Master Restore, Mr. Frank Catalano. His trademark signature yellow towel.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got to thank these local sponsors: is Los Compadres, Odell Complete, Daum, the Lara team, and All Plus Contractors, Jose Cruz. Thank you for your support here this week and in Fullerton. Back to the action. Landa serving 5 serving 4. Good pick up there by Landa. Overswing right there. Big setup from Carson.
Wow, Carson.
Carson skipped it? No. Good shot.
Good shot right there. Alejandro Landa looking.
I was looking at Landa, and he kind of went up, and it almost appeared that I thought it skipped. So he was trying to sell it. Good serve by Carson. Good return. A great down the line,
Power.
Rocky Carson. 5-5.
Power right there. Vamos a dar la bienvenida a todos que nos están sintonizando aquí y viendo nuestro canal. Piden like a nuestro post, comparte nuestra liga. Viendo a Rocky Carson contra Alejandro Landa en el tercer set. 5, sirviendo a 5 aquí por la gran final.
Perfect. Whatever he said. Good serve, Carson. Good pick up, Carson. Shot Landa into the corner.
That's a shot.
For an absolute winner. He doesn't miss those, Fabio.
That's a shot right there like a sniper. Cannot miss those corners right there on a forehand from the left side, I might add.
Towel timeout sponsored by Service Master Restore. We have Mini Me out there with Rob Blanton. Cinco, sirviendo 5. Please like and share. Please invite someone to watch free racquetball this afternoon right here on IRT Live. Landa serving. Short serve. Good serve, Alex Landa. Rocky bangs it off the glass. Set up off the back wall. Landa skips it in.
So 5 serving 5 again at the headpan scoreboard. Both of these gentlemen are 6 points away from winning this championship.
Yeah, we got to race to 6, Fabio. Good point.
Yeah. Both of these gentlemen 6 points away. They both want to be the champion at Los Compadres Auto Sales Pro Stop.
Second serve from Carson.
Carson. Cesar right there. Landa.
Perfect.
Wow.
Sidewall. Sidewall, front wall, sidewall.
Not strong enough, though.
What a grab by Carson, Fabio. And is that the Landa? And he skipped it.
Well, he just gave another one away.
I think he's got a problem with his glove. He's been fitzing with it a lot. I wonder if it's wet, and if now is a good time to use his timeout, not to regain composure, but to just get a better glove and a better grip on the racket. Sometimes that's a big help. You know, 6 serving 5. Carson serving in the lead by 1.
Skip shot right there.
Carson skipped it in, called it good.
Okay, so Alejandro Landa is replaying. So it's a side out there. Good
so
use.
Referee called Rocky shot good. Landa appealed. Both line judges disagree with head referee, and that's why it's a skip ball.
But Landa, just remember, Landa has not lost his appeal. He still has one because it overturned the call. So it's in his favor. So Landa, again, he has one appeal left. Rocky has no appeals left. Again, that's game management 101 there by Alejandro Landa.
You know, heat of the battle, it's difficult, to not appeal when you really want or you really think something. You know, and that's when it comes to play. And I noticed in the beginning of the start of this game,
Ball made it.
What a grab off the back wall, Landa. Beautiful down the line. So, Fabio, my point before was that the beginning of the tiebreaker, Coach was not in her seat.
She wasn't in her seat.
And she would have, I guarantee you she would have been waving.
Had Rocky to not appeal.
Correct.
But yet, she wasn't in her seat.
Irrelevant. Whether she saw it bad, she wouldn't have let him do it.
Coach wasn't there.
Rocky back serving, 6 serving 5. To the forehand. Short.
Not a bad idea there by Carson.
Good serve from Carson around the world. Not a good shot selection by Rocky Carson there. Easy put down by Landa. Back in the box. 5 serving 6.
So what does Landa have to do right now? He's only trailing by 1 here.
He needs to just take what he did in game 2. He take a little bit off the ball. Don't overswing. Don't even overthink. And don't engage in anything with Rocky. Just stay in focus.
Landa to the serve. Short. Overhead shot there. Landa like a sniper once more. Wow, good pickup by Carson. Landa changing
into the corner. Easy. What did he do? He turned around and took a forehand, forced Rocky Carson to stay where he was. Made the difference right there.
And now we have, again, a tied match at 6 apiece.
This whole 2-2, 4-4, 5-5, 6-6. We're not doing any type of runs here in the tiebreaker. Players are just managing point by point. Good pickup from Carson off the back wall. Landa going to shoot that sidewall, front wall, sidewall crack. Rocky couldn't get a racket on it. Point Landa, 7 serving 6.
Unfortunately, that ball hitting the crack right there. Rocky was in perfect position. He was waiting for that. But Landa, good shot. Alejandro Landa to the serve. He's now leading at 7-6.
Set up off the back wall. Landa cross court. Rocky is right there. Landa backhand down the line for a winner. I'm not sure about this one here. Both players want the call.
So Landa gets point number 8. Point number 8 there for Landa. Again, Rocky cannot appeal, but he's going to let the referee have it.
You know, Rocky's asking, I don't have an appeal. And you know, he knows already. Timeout on the court. We'll take a short break. We'll be back right here with the finals here, tiebreaker action on IRT Live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in Fullerton, California at the Los Compadres Auto Sales 2019 Racquetball Championships. For the IRT, I'm Fabio Soto sitting here with Dean Bear. And for those who are just joining us, Alejandro Landa is leading tiebreaker at 8-6 in the head pen scoreboard. Landa, 3 points away from being a champion.
Hey, Fabio, how ironic is it that all the people tried to qualify for this event, we are stuck with 1 and 2 seeds?
Exactly. Number 1 and number 2 playing here.
Exactly. Time in, Landa 8, Carson 6. Drive serve from Landa.
Landa concentrating.
Good pick up, Carson. Set up Landa down the line. Good pick up, Carson. Landa finally going to the forehand. Carson shoots that overhand. Great shot into the corner. Rocky Carson. So Carson used not only his appeal, but his timeout also. Only thing left stopping this match is an injury or a Landa timeout.
Exactly. So Landa there showing some traces. Oh,
good
Landa.
pick up there, Alex Landa, and the fist pump from Alex Landa.
So I saw Landa there holding his hand, Dean, his right hand.
Yeah, I thought originally, it was his glove was wet, but he kind of keeps taking his glove off and touching his hand. So I'm wondering if there's an injury underneath, and that. So if people at home, they know he can't call that injury because there was no type of action that would cause an injury. So it could be something that's been lingering. It could be something that came on him yesterday. He opened a bottle incorrectly. Who knows? But it wouldn't constitute an injury timeout.
A water bottle, of course.
Of course. Those twist ups. Beautiful. Down the line. Alex Landa, 2 points away. Checking his hand again, Fabio. Very interesting, for Alex to be up 9-6 in a tiebreaker here. 2 points away from the victory with some sort of hand issue would be amazing if Landa finishes it off here. Z serve, good serve. This might be tough. No, Landa shoots this.
Landa.
Bottom board. First match point for Alex Landa. First match point opportunity. 10 serving 6. Everybody here is on their feet. I'm on my feet. Landa serving 10, serving 6. If Landa has to ask what the score is, something's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. But Landa serving to the forehand. Yes.
Just shows you how concentrated he is. Again, Landa holding his hand. Look at how he's holding his hand.
Yeah, and he's also not swinging as hard. You saw on that serve, Fabio, how he just kind of cutted it. And now he's going to go with a high lob Z to Rocky's forehand. Overhand. Landa up top, skips a ceiling ball in. What I don't like is that Landa was a little unaggressive there in this serving for the match, Fabio.
Listen, I don't want to sound negative here, but that mistake, that unforced error right there, is going to cost Landa right now. It's like in baseball. After the error comes a hit.
Good serve by Carson. Set up Carson down the line. Landa catches it. Gets back into position. Carson cross court. Landa dives into the right side back corner. Slides. He's safe at second base, but didn't catch up to the ball. Point Carson.
See what I say, Dean, like baseball. After an error comes a hit. There's Rocky Carson's hit after Landa's error.
Listen, you can't, when Carson holds off match point, you can't expect that, he's not going to come in and serve well and have a good point or get 1 or even 2 points. But can he go on a 5-point run? That's a big difference, Fabio. Can Landa just hold him off?
So Landa.
3 walls is the serve. Second serve coming up from Rocky Carson.
Rocky Carson needs a 4-point run, and Landa just needs 1.
Landa skips it in. Another point. Rocky Carson.
So we may have 11-10 for you, Dean, tonight. We'll see. We may have this.
Look at the people jam-packed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 deep. Great down the line by Carson for another point. Timeout from Alex Landa. Good time for a timeout. We'll take a short break ourselves. We'll be back definitely for the conclusion of this tiebreaker right here on IRT Live.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for those who are just joining us. 2019 Los Compadres Auto
There's
Sales.
the crowd here, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out. Cheering. We got Rocky fans. We got Landa fans. We got a lot of fans. Back to the action. Center court.
Rocky Carson is only trailing 9-10. Tiebreaker.
These are going to be two huge points. Can Landa make the adjustment? Good timeout for Landa. Too late for Landa. Let's see. Carson, Z-serve. Off the sidewall. Landa down the line. Carson goes up top. Big setup. Landa turns. Takes a forehand. Reverse pinch. Big pickup by Carson. Cross court. Carson again. What a backhand pass. Rocky Carson. Ladies and gentlemen, we're knotted at 10. No matter what, the score will be 11-10 tiebreaker here. Now Carson serving.
You got to remember, Rocky Carson right now is in a 4-point run now. He needs point number 5 here on a row. Orlando, will he hold him off?
Carson serving for the match for the first time today. Z-serve from Carson. Off the side wall. Landa down the line. Carson down the line. Setup off the back wall. Cross court. Carson smacks it. Big setup for Landa. Pummels it into the corner and holds off Rocky Carson. First one. Now Landa. What a beautiful kill shot, Fabio. Watch this replay. Carson off the back wall, but a big setup here for Landa. Boom, down the line. Can't get a racket on it. Second match point opportunity here for Alex Landa. Buckle up. Drive serve from Landa. Coming up. Good serve, Landa. Setup off the back wall. Down the wall. Good pickup, Carson. Plum. Round the world. Down the line. Another good pickup from Carson. Here's Landa, forehand, into the corner for a winner. Rocky can appeal that shot if he wants.
He can appeal if he wants to.
But ladies and gentlemen, Alex Landa, he is going to appeal.
He's going to appeal. He can appeal.
Agreed.
It's a good
Call
shot.
Stands. Good appeal.
It's an
got
appeal
nothing to lose.
So Rocky Carson could appeal. Again, we said at match point. He did appeal. The sideline judges agreed. And we have our 2019 Los Compadres Auto Sales champion, Alejandro Landa from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. Congratulations to Alex Landa. A fantastic match for us, Dean, here versus Rocky Carson. Wow. Dean, I have to say, it's not very common that both you and I have our predictions right here. You called it 11-10 tiebreaker.
Yeah, 11-10. Look at all the people watching right here, waving to the fans. Guys, what a great match. Look at all these people here in Fullerton, California. They are so many deep. There's the time clock. 15 minutes to the start of the finals for the doubles. We'll be back with player interviews right here on IRT Live.
Hey.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and free shipping. That's right, 30% off and free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the winner's circle with today's Los Compadres Open Champion, Tier 1, Alex Landa. It's not your first Tier 1. However, it is the first time that you've faced Rocky Carson in a finals of a Tier 1, and you came up on top. Now, I got to get to the most important thing. Me and Fabio were talking about it. You kept taking your glove off. I know it wasn't a wet glove. What went on with your hand in that tiebreaker there?
A big blister on 3-3 on the tiebreak. I think on a backhand shot, I felt when the blister opened, so it was kind of hard to make some. At the moment to make contact, it was hard.
What was it easier for taking a forehand or a backhand? Did it make a difference, or did it hurt on both?
No, more on the backhand side.
Well, I did notice when the first time you served for the match, your serve didn't have the Landa zip that you usually have on it, so I knew something was wrong right there. But how do you feel, obviously, not with an injury, but with the problems that you had with your hand coming out with the wind? How do you feel now today?
No, I'm really happy. Even if I win or lost, the blister, it was not going to be the excuse. So I just keep my mind on the match, concentrate on every point. I know Rocky, he's really tough to beat. So on the rallies, he gets a lot of balls. It's amazing how many balls can he get.
Now, let's talk real quick about the tiebreaker. Rocky Carson used his appeal with the first serve in the match. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. And he kind of went through that whole game without an appeal, and that might have had a negative effect on him. But as an opponent, do you not use that in advantage, but do you think about that often when the calls are coming?
Yeah, of course. I think one appeal in the tiebreaker, it's nothing. So you have to know when to use it, because if you use it on the early tiebreak, you take the risk.
Well, you saw the risk. The reward is Alex Landa here in the winner's circle. Would you like to say thank you to any of your sponsors out there?
Of course, thank you. eForce, Lotto, Laser Fiber, Reaching Your Dream Foundation, Deportivo Extreme, family, friends, and this one goes to my daughter, Elisa. I love you.
The first Tier 1 victory since becoming a dad. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Landa, today's champion here in Fullerton, California. There's a lot of kids out here that want your autograph. But ladies and gentlemen at home, stay tuned. Coming up next, the Pro Doubles Finals. Daniel De La Rosa, Alvaro Beltran will take on Conrado Moscoso, Carlos Keller, right here on IRT Live.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm gonna like it, no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player, to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake, get yourself an M40 right now.